We begin our study of the transistor at high frequencies by analyzing its behavior at low frequencies. At low frequencies, it is assumed that the transistor responds instantly to changes of input voltage or current. Actually, such is not the case because the mechanism of transport of charge carriers from emitter to collector is essentially one of diffusion. To find out how the transistor behaves at high frequencies, it is necessary to examine the mechanism of diffusion in detail. Such an analysis is quite complicated. The results are suggestive of the similarity in behavior to a lossy transmission line. A model based upon the transmission line equations would be quite accurate. However, the resulting circuit, being too complex, has little practical use. A happy mean between complexity and accuracy is the hybrid pi model. To establish it, we first need to delve deeper into the meaning of the word hybrid. We now carry out an analysis of the transistor amplifier circuit using H parameters. On the right hand side is a generalized diagram of a two-port active device. You can substitute a transistor, you can substitute a FET, you can even use a transformer for this model. The two-port active network of the figure represents a transistor in this case. So we treat a general case not specified by the configuration used. Since a two-port network has two input ports and two output ports and a transistor as such has only three leads, then one lead is common to both the input and output, giving us three configurations, namely the common base, the common emitter and the common collector. Continuing from the previous slide, we study a general case by replacing the transistor with its small signal hybrid model. The circuit is valid for any type of load, be it a pure resistance, an impedance or another transistor. If we assume that the currents and voltages vary sinusoidally, the quantities which are of interest are current gain, input impedance, voltage gain and output impedance. We now study the two-port active devices and the corresponding hybrid model and see how it is built from it. The terminal behavior of a large class of two-port devices is specified by two voltages and two currents. So if we select two of the four quantities as independent variables and express the remaining two in terms of the chosen independent variables, in general, we must remember that we are not free to select the independent variables arbitrarily. For example, if the two-port device is an ideal transformer, we cannot pick the two voltages, that is the primary and secondary voltages, as independent variables because their ratio we know is a constant and it is equal to the transformer turns ratio. We choose the current I1 and the voltage V2 as independent variables provided the two-port active device is. Then we can write down the equations as follows. V1 is written as being equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2. I2 is written equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. The quantities H11, H12, H21, H22 are called H or hybrid parameters because they are different dimensionally. I have reproduced equations A and B over here for reference from the previous slide. Now, if we assume that there are no reactive elements which are present within the two-port network, we can define the H parameters as follows. H11 is equal to V1 upon I1 keeping V2 constant. H12 is equal to V1 upon V2 keeping I1 constant. H21 is equal to I2 upon I1 keeping V2 constant. And H11 is equal to I2 upon V2 keeping I1 0. H22 is the last one that we have studied. Now when I'm saying constant, it actually means they are put equal to 0. In the first case, for H1, V2 is equal to 0. For the second case, for H12, I1 is 0. For H21, V2 is 0. For H22, I1 is equal to 0. Now, whenever you have V2 equal to 0, it means the output has been shorted. Whenever I is equal to 0, it means the circuit is open. For example, if I1 is taken to be equal to 0, then it means the input is open. Now, if you look at the first parameter H11, it simply represents the input resistance with output short and its dimensions are those of ohms. H12 represents reverse open circuit voltage amplification and this is dimensionless. H21 represents short circuit current gain, again this is dimensionless. H22 represents output conductance with input open and its units are mhos. We now come to defining the notation. Whenever the subscript is 11, it represents input. Whenever the subscript of the H parameter is 21, it represents forward transfer. Whenever the subscript is 12, it represents reverse transfer. Whenever it is 22, it represents the output. Since no reactive element has been included, these four parameters H11, H12, H21, H22, which are now represented as HI, HR, HF and HO are actually real numbers and the voltages and currents are functions of time. That is, V1 is equal to V1t, I1 is equal to I1t, V2 is equal to V2t and I2 is equal to I2t. This slide shows the hybrid model for the two-port network. The network that we had studied right at the beginning of the lecture. Now we draw the equivalent circuit and you can see in the input we have included a resistance. In the output we have included a conductance. The input voltage and current is specified by V1 I1, output voltage and current is specified by V2 and I2. The output conductance is represented by HO, the input resistance is represented by HI. Along with that, we also have an input voltage generator and an output current generator. The input voltage generator is HRV2, the output current generator is HFI1. The previous diagram showed how we had drawn the model. I have reproduced the picture over here for easy reference. So we can now use the four H parameters to construct a mathematical model of the device as has been shown in the figure on the right. The hybrid circuit is characterized by the equations A and B and they can be verified by writing the Kirchhoff's voltage and current laws for the input and output ports respectively. The input circuit current contains a dependent voltage generator, whereas the output circuit has a dependent current source.